Hey guys, I just wanted to make a short video about something that's been on my mind, and that is the evolution of Trials. Trials Evolution on Xbox 360 and Trials Fusion on Xbox One have been games that I've sunk more time into than I care to admit. It's actually pretty freaking ridiculous because I have spent so much time building tracks. I built a ton of tracks for Trials Evolution and a ton of tracks for Trials Fusion, and I just think those games are just so much fun. They're simple, they're easy to get into, but they're also very complex, especially when you go to make your own tracks and build your own creations. It's pretty remarkable. But I wanted to touch base on what comes next, because it's been a little over 4 years since Trials Fusion launched on the PS4, Xbox One, and Xbox 360. I mean, and that right there is already part of the problem. This game, Trials Fusion, was built with the older systems in mind, well, the older system, Xbox 360. So, and I think that actually hindered it quite a bit, at least during the initial development. And whenever Trials Fusion launched, it was missing many key features like online multiplayer. It was missing the cross-platform Track Central, so that you could play user-created tracks from consoles that you were not on. So initially, whenever the game first came out, you couldn't play online with your friends. You also could not play tracks that were created on PlayStation 4 if you owned an Xbox One, and vice versa. You had to buy, the same game for multiple platforms in order to play all of the tracks. So that was already bad, but at least it was out for more platforms. I think Trials is a great game in general, and it needs to be on as many platforms as possible, because it's just, I think everybody should experience this game and at least play it and enjoy it for what it is. My problem with Trials Fusion is that it was obviously rushed. There was bugs. There was all kinds of bugs with the game. Physics bugs, game-breaking bugs. People were exploiting the trick system to get faster speedruns, and it was just a big mess. And the lack of online multiplayer really hurt it, considering that was a feature that was available with Trials Evolution on Xbox 360 whenever it first launched. I mean, Trials Fusion right now in its current state is, in my opinion, what it should have been whenever it first came out. A ton of content, online multiplayer, cross-platform, Track Central. It has it all. It's a great game now, but it wasn't always the case. But I still think there's lots of room to improve. But the problem is that the Trials Fusion community has pretty much moved on to other games for the most part. Track Central is essentially a ghost town, a shell of what it used to be. It doesn't get nearly the amount of traffic or quality tracks uploaded to it. So I think that with the next Trials game, I mean, hopefully we see something at E3, or at least hear something. That would be great, because I mean, 4 years in between launches is a pretty significant time, I think. And I don't want just another Trials Fusion add-on with more unicorns or mystical creatures or 1980s era blood dragon nonsense. I just want a good Trials game. And what I think will make a really great Trials game, aside from having all those essential features at launch, would be to have the ability to fully customize your bike. Not just, you can change out parts. I mean, that'd be cool if you could just customize individual parts. Like you want to change out, the tires, the spokes, the body, the way it sounds. That'd be cool as hell. If you could add like, a special kind of a muffler to make it sound different when you accelerate, like a higher or lower pitch, I think that'd be friggin' sweet. Little details like that. But what I would really like to see in addition to that is the ability to customize the paint on it. Like you can create your own designs in Forza and so many other car games. Why not Trials? So that'd be cool if you could just make your own design, create it in like an art editor or something like that, and then basically paste it onto the body of your bike. That way you get to put a lot of time into your own creation, and whenever people watch your replays of your runs, then they can see your guy, and they can see all the work you put into them. Plus, it'd be cool if you could upload your designs to a design central. Instead of, you have Track Central for user-created tracks, and then maybe have like a design central where other people can download your designs and rate it. I mean, how cool would that be? Yeah, so that's what I think. I also think that it'd be cool if there just weren't any different kinds of bikes. Like all the Trials games, all the primary Trials games up to this point, Trials HD, Trials Fusion, Trials Evolution, I I mean, it's a good system. It's not a broken system, but like you start off with a really basic bike, and as you play through the game, you progress and you unlock bikes with better potential, which is fine. It's not a bad thing, but I think it'd be even cooler if you could switch out parts on your bike to make it the way you want. And like, let's say you can trade one body for another one that will give you a higher top speed, but it's a slower acceleration, or something like that. Or maybe it's not as agile, where you can't do, you know, all the crazy, you know, extreme track level tricks that you can with certain other bikes. That's what I would like to see. Just no pre-made bikes at all. You just put the parts together that you want to use. Of course, there'll be some limitations, like you can't pick the best part of every single category and then just start playing the game. You would have to, you know, you'd have to maybe unlock certain parts, or you couldn't use certain parts in conjunction with some other ones. I think that'd be cool. Or you can unlock blueprints for the people that don't really want to make their own bike. They can unlock blueprints, which will give them the ability to create that bike. Like, I want to make the Scorpion, so I need this part and this part and this part, and I just press this button and it makes it for me. So that's what I think. I think if they're able to add more customization, give more ability to the players to make it a unique experience, online multiplayer, you know, all these features right out of the box. And one more thing, man, making Supercross tracks is pretty hard because you have to make all the drive lines, whether it's 4, 6, or 8 drive lines, you have to make them identical. You have to make it to where they all have the same exact obstacles at the exact same angles and everything. What would be awesome and a great time saver for people that like to build tracks would be if you placed an item on the driveline, you could maybe map a certain button to replicate that across all the different drivelines. And whenever you're rotating an object or positioning it, it positions all of the other ones exactly the same way. So that you don't have to worry about, okay, well, is this line, does this, you know, line number 6 match up with line number 2? Instead of having to play and run through each individual line, you know, hundreds of times to make sure it's perfect. That's just so time consuming. But that's what I'd like to see. There's some other little things that I'd like to see too in relation to Track Central. Like, I would like the ability to be able to delete tracks that I've previously uploaded, which, you know, has happened in the past where I upload it and then there's a mistake, like some little minor thing that I forgot to do or I messed up on, and it's like, because now I can either just live with it. I mean, in the past, I would either just have to live with it and be like, well, it is what it is, or I would just have to upload a different version of it with, you know, the additional stuff that I wanted, or the fixes I wanted to apply. So I would like to be able to retract a track that I had uploaded if it's like within the first 24 hours or something like that. I think that's reasonable. But yeah, there you have it. That's my thoughts on the future of Trials and what needs to happen for the next installment to be successful and as awesome as Trials Evolution was, because that is considered by many to be the best Trials game to this day. And I can't say I disagree with that. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you are enjoying my little discussions, you can subscribe anytime, and I have more content coming. Thank you.